Why don't you swear me in again, just so it's part of the record?
Yep.
All right, and who knows what could happen.
Right hand, okay. You solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to help you God.
I do.
Great, and just for the record, can you state your name, the address,
sure.
and that you're an agent on behalf of the owner?
Certainly. Gregory Lane, Lane, business address is P.O. Box 578, Southport, Connecticut. I'm a full-time state-certified real estate appraiser, and I'm acting as the agent on behalf of the owner, Maddie Renta, for this case. The property address is 498 Naps Highway, and this is case number
454.
454.
And this is Alexis Harris, and I am the hearing officer tonight. And it's March the 10th, 2021.
And I have handed Alexa the two copies of the appraisal, the copy of the oath that was signed by myself, and also a copy of the agent certification that was signed by the property owner. So that's in her possession now. So on to, again, being redundant, but it wasn't recorded first time. Thank you for being here. And it's just nice to see someone doing something for free, and it's not a fun job. So, again, so the subject property is a 3-family dwelling, and it's located on Naps Highway, and we should probably go almost straight to where it's located. The next to the last page on the appraisal has a pretty detailed map of where this property is located, and you can see it's directly next door to McKinley School. So, and then right below it, in a westerly direction, is Tunsis Hill Cutoff, otherwise known as Black Rock Turnpike Route 58. So between Naps Highway, the school, and Black Rock Turnpike, it's pretty busy there. And what we're trying to determine here is the market value, because we're not understanding how the market value suddenly arrived at a figure of 800 and hold on.
So I have the town value at $781,300.
Yes, $781,300. Thank you. And when I was searching for comparables within 1 mile of my subject property, I searched 2-family, 3-family, 4-family, and my search parameters were from September of 2019 to the beginning of 2021, and the highest multifamily sale was $599,000. So
$599.
Yes, that was on.
Was that 2-family or 3?
That was a 2-family.
Okay.
So just that was a big red flag right there, because the subject property was built in 1880, so it's 140 years old. And for them to have the land with the improvements, with the property being located where it is, with the improvements being as old as they are, it just seemed out of line. So back to the appraisal. If we want to stay towards the end, you can see where it's located. That's a major factor, the location.
Well, it's busy?
Hugely busy. Between the school buses, Naps Highway's busy anyway, and then you got Black Rock Turnpike. It's...
I mean, not to be disrespectful to the owners, but I presume they knew that when they moved in there. I don't think the
right.
has that
But
thing.
what I'm saying is the town should have also realized that when they tried to throw a site value, that's out of this world on it, too. So, it does work both ways. And I'm just trying to help, in any way I can to explain to the board why I think that their market value is excessive. And
so what do you think is the best comp here? Is it Old Stratfield?
Well,
Ardmore?
There was difficult comps were not easy because I was limited in my time frame. The first comps that you're looking at, those are for rentals, so you have to go to the next page because the next page has the actual sale. The first sale was on 7 Grandview, which is really right off Stratfield Road, around the corner. Busy, like this also, so that was...
What do you call it?
Pardon me?
It's up on the island.
And then Ardmore...
It's lovely. Oh.
These are the closest ones I could find as far as being relevant at all. Which one's the best? Probably Grandview, because it's over on that side of town still. It's another 3-family. It's on a busy road again. The square footage is a little bit smaller, but it has a couple more bedrooms in it. And there's no garages, but other than that, that probably is the best comp.
Does your house here have a garage?
It's a 4-car, but it's a 4-bay garage, but they're like maybe 200 square feet each, maybe 180 square feet. They're tiny little garages that they built for maybe a horse and buggy back in the day. If you look at the photographs, there is a picture in there. I don't have it right offhand, but there is a photograph of the detached garages. I believe it's on page 19 of the appraisal. It's more, if you go up maybe 5 pages from the end, if you're going to put a car in there, it's going to be a real little one.
Do you know how much, out of curiosity, do you know how much you got collecting rent out of each unit?
Yeah, it's in here.
This is the first one I've seen this guy.
Yeah, the owner lives in one of the units. The other unit that's similar to his, he is getting month to month, $19.75, and it's the same room count he has, 5 rooms, 2 bedrooms, and a bath. The units are about 1,700 square feet. His is. And then the third unit really isn't even a unit. It's like this tiny little...
quite small.
It's tiny. One guy lives there. He actually pays them by the week. He pays them $150 a week to live there. So so it's here. It says $600 a month for that third unit, $600. So it's old. Everything. It doesn't make any sense to me how the town jumped their value just so astronomically. The man has done nothing to the house at all.
So no changes since it was last?
No. They upped the market value by $281,000. All right. It was $501, jumped to $781. The land, they jumped up $53,000, and the improvements, they jumped up $228,000 when the man has done nothing to the house. And that amounts to more than 50% of the former value. So I don't know if something went wrong with the software or somebody put the wrong number in somewhere, but, if we could just get it down to where am I, 6.25, 675?
675.
Yeah, that's a fair number. I could probably come in lower, believe me, but those are the comps, that's where it came out. So,
that seems...
I think that's fair.
At first, when it concerned me, I can't guarantee anything, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get it as low as I can. The market has gone up. We do understand that, but for a multifamily at $750,000 next to a school on a busy road,
right,
and it's 140 years old, so hopefully we won't have to revisit this.
Okay, no, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can for you. I think with the market value of that 781, now it isn't down by the beach. It's up on the real busy road next to a school. So, and then the highest multifamily sale in my 18-month search parameter was less than $600,000, and they're coming up with this for $781. There's no comps to justify that number. So hopefully they'll see the light, and I'll have a happy client. Because he doesn't want to have to go up to New Britain. So they're doing everything virtual now. You don't have to go all the way up there anymore.
What makes your life easier?
Yeah, so I like being in person. I like being like back in the judge's chambers, and you can one side on one side and there on the other.
It's more personal, right?
Yes, and I just find it easier to get your point across. But I think that's just from habit and being in front of people, for 30 years doing testimony. So the virtual thing it's a learning process.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to do that.
For us all. Yes, and I was actually scheduled for this tomorrow night, but I have another virtual hearing. I can't be there, so I have to thank whoever rescheduled for me.
Okay.
If by chance we find out who that was. I did talk to Kathleen. She helped out, and then some other girls in the assessment office. So hopefully your other 11 go smoothly.
Yeah, thank you. Good seeing you, Greg.
And I'm glad that we got that going.
Yeah, thank you. All right, be well.
Okay, see you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Remember Macintosh?
Yeah.
And I said, Alexis, and then I get here and I say that.
That's so funny.
It's so weird.
I didn't think I'd get here. I don't know.
I texted, do I sit over here?
Yeah, sit there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I said to her, I just texted her and I said, I can't believe I just said Alexa.
I like to get people on that. I don't really care.
Oh my God. No, but it's just so funny because there's people who still remember you. I mean, there's still a lot of people who've been there for a long time. I've been there 25 years. Yeah, Kent Pierce. And people, Keith.
I love Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a new junkie. I follow all of it, yeah.
You probably didn't get to see this week yet. Since we got Dennis House, I've been directing his new show.
Oh, what do I watch? I hang out with Matt Scott every so often.
Oh, yeah, how's he doing?
Good, he came down with the kids a few weeks ago.
He's on some kind of health kick where he's drinking vegetables or something.
Yeah, it looks terrible. Yeah, my Matt is Matt,
That's so funny.
But yeah, we would catch up.
Well, it's so weird because a lot of people who used to work at Fox now work at Channel 8.
I know.
And then we got a lot of people from Channel 3 are now working at Channel 8.
Graziano.
It's crazy.
And then some of the people with the PR.
Yeah.
Jocelyn left.
Yeah, I think Jocelyn was ready. And they gave her a good deal, and I think she, works 9 to 5, and she's happy working for Harvard Healthcare. Although I think she's down in Bridgeport.
I think she's West Haven?
Yeah, somewhere, yes, exactly. So she's going south on that, but she works a regular shift. I see her every once in a while, but we usually just use their doctors to do interviews, so she doesn't normally pop up. But we do a lot of stuff with Harvard Healthcare.
You know who I follow on Twitter or Facebook? Sky Viola.
Oh my God.
Her. She was crazy.
We had a lot of crazy people.
Everybody's crazy. That's why we did the news, because we're all crazy. You're still there. Well, that's good, though.
Well, I worked for a while freelancing on Fox News Channel.
I remember that.
Yeah, and when COVID hit, I just stopped doing it. I just couldn't go into the city and deal with it. Plus, for 6 years, I've been the operations manager in production. Okay. So I'm running production, so it's just the hours are just crazy.
Right.
So I just slowed down. And
I used to work at Fox.
Did you?
That was my first, my second job. I was a writer at Fox News.
I loved it.
Yeah, 12/11, yeah.
Were you there when Kim Kern was? She was a producer at 8, but she's down doing Fox First in the morning.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, but they pay them very well, and I think they give them bonus. They give them bonuses and things like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, the directors just get one, day rate.
Yeah, Fox that's changed too. I mean.
Well, it's changed a lot, and that was another thing. Besides the fact of the COVID thing, I didn't want to go into the city and put myself out that way. I didn't want to work the extra hours too. I was already working, 50 hours a week since I took over this operations job.
So are you directing a show?
Well, yeah, so I don't normally. I have a staff of 13, so I have 7 directors, and I have 6, people in the crew. And the special shows I do, like Capital Court, I did that for...
I love that chick.
Yeah, I did that show for a year and a half, and then finally I handed it off to another director.
Well, Liz Bronowitz, she lives in Fairfield.
Yeah.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah. Well, we had a great staff before COVID.
Yeah.
We could have 4, 5, 6 people on a set. And we had Jody Latina, and then she went to work politically for somebody. Then she came back to work for Channel. Yeah.
Cool.
So there she is back at Channel. That's because Mark Davis
retired. Finally.
Yeah. Well, I think he was more.
Was he pushed?
No, I think it was a medical thing. I think he was afraid of COVID and all that, and I think he was out for like a long time, and a decision had to be made because they really wanted to bring in somebody new.
Yeah.
Or somebody to replace him.
Dennis is there too.
Well, Dennis is there now, but we had Jody first, then we brought in Dennis, and the two of them worked together. Although they gave him the title of political anchor.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Come on, Jody deserved it.
She's awesome, I'll tell you.
She's a nice person.
Super nice.
I know her husband Anthony. He's the coach at Sacred Heart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a basketball coach.
And she's smart. Remember Erin Cox?
Yeah, I love Erin Cox.
Erin Cox, they're smart just like that. She can talk extemporaneous, and it's just so good. Erin Cox, I miss her, although,
She was intense.
She was intense, but I think she's happier where she is. She had a kid. Yeah, so, but...
Yeah, PR, I've been doing it for a while now, and it's like, the hours been...
You have a bigger title than that. You're like vice president of something. Well, I also want to say that I follow you when you go and do the food.
Yeah. That's why
nice.
Matt Scott comes down.
That's so nice.
I want the kids to do some community.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where does he live?
Madison.
Oh, I was going to say, he lives all the way north, but he comes all the way down here. So
he's still friends with Kristen Casada, so he likes it down here, actually.
Nice.
He had a bad breakup with his fiance.
Yeah.
He
had a lot of bad things.
I always feel like, not to gossip, but I always feel bad for Matt.
He had a super contentious divorce with his first wife. I mean, he was like put into the, Lawyer magazine or whatever it was, and...
Really?
Yeah, his wife, and then I think his wife ran away or left with the kid. He left him with the kids. I don't know the whole story, but I know his divorce was very contentious.
Yeah, he's got the kids full time. Obviously.
Yeah. But we still got Kemp Pierce. He's fabulous. He works in the morning. We got a really good crew. It was
a nice place. I really like it.
I think it is. I mean, it's hard because there are people who are there and they don't see it. Like, once you start working in a place, you start getting cranky because this, that, and the other thing. But if you just step back a little bit, it's really a good place.
I did like Fox, Connecticut a lot. I did like Fox, Connecticut. I did like going up. I mean, it was far, but I really liked the team. We had a good group then. We had Lord Perez, George Colley.
Well, George was with us for a while.
I know. Actually, he's up in San something.
Yeah, and I liked George a lot.
That was dumb that they didn't renew him.
He had issues with the top people, not...
Who, Ross?
I can't think, because I don't want to...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But there was something going on there, like, that I didn't know about. All I knew is that one day he just wasn't working there anymore.
Yeah.
It was like Mario Boone. We had Mario Boone, and he was getting in all kinds of trouble with the police, and he even...
Really?
Yeah, because we had good relationships with them. And they were like, if that Mario Boone comes around, and we were like, oh.
That's not good.
You don't need that.
No.
Well, what do we do here?
Okay.
Because I've never done this before.
All right, so
I did
the funny thing is we are actually being recorded, so everybody can just hear us.
That's all right. I don't care.
No one's listening, believe me.
I'm not saying anything bad about anybody.
No.
I love everybody.
So, I actually have to swear you in by state statute.
Okay.
So, that's right. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And then just state your name for the record and the address.
My name is Michael Petchak, and I own 52 Blackrock Avenue in Fairfield, Connecticut.
So, and then, there is a sheet there that you will just have to sign. Yeah, it just notes that you worked for them.
Oh, I didn't take a pen. Yep. I brought everything but a pen.
It's always the last thing. There you go. I'll just leave it there. Yeah.
Thank you.
I had COVID, so I don't think you can get it.
No, I'm not worried about it. I already had my first shot and get my second shot.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, because I am older than I look. I'm 58. So.
Oh, I can't believe that.
That's true.
No.
What's the appeal number? Where would that be?
So the appeal would be, number would be,
Is that 7947? No. Oh, 478.
478.
Yep. Okay. Because I brought everything.
So, I know this is like a weird thing to do because they don't always tell you what you need. So, usually what we look at are comparable properties.
Right. Born into me this 10th day of, I see, March.
Cute house.
Thank you. Okay, well, I wrote, and I don't have to read it. I can hand it to you as evidence, but I wrote a little statement.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah, maybe read it too.
Okay, let me read it.
Is it in here or?
No, but I can give you a copy.
Yeah.
Here's a copy. And I have more.
That's always helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
Because I will submit this. So after this, we deliberate. We go as a commission of 9. We go through all the appeals. We have 660 this year.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
It is crazy. All right. Well, I already stated my name and address.
Okay.
I am here today to appeal my 2020 property assessment increase, as new valuation does not reflect appraised value or market conditions as of October 1st, 2020. According to the town's due diligence, my home appraised value is $428,000 and assessed value is $299,600 for the purposes of the 2020 grand list. This value represents a 23% increase from the 2019 assessment of $81,100 in appraised value and $56,770 in assessed value. This increase is not only not merited based on the specifics of my home, but also creates an economic hardship for my family. I refinanced my home in September of 2020 and had an appraisal done on May 27th for that purpose, which I have included in my appeal package. As you can see, that appraisal value my home at $345,000, far below the town's October 1st, 2020 appraisal value, with more information and specificity, including an in-person visit used as a guideline. While market conditions may have changed slightly between the date of the appraisal and October 1st, 2020, COVID pricing in the real estate community was already present, and we did no building or other work at the property to justify the 23% increase. The appraisal value of $345,000 is far more accurate than the town's appraisal value and should be used as the appropriate guideline for taxes. If the May 27, 2020 in-person appraisal is used for the purpose of the town's taxation, my new assessment amount would be 70% of that appraised value, or $241,500. This number is in line both with my family's understanding of the fair and reasonable tax burden based on value and in line with the earlier assessment value. Thank you for your time and consideration in reducing the property taxes at 52 Black Rock Avenue. My family and I appreciate your review of this matter.
Cool. And the one with all the photographs, that's the one the bank did?
Yes.
Okay. So that's good. That'll be really helpful.
Yeah, my daughter didn't clean the room, so just ignore that.
We had to. And these are comparable to the appraiser. Who's the appraiser? Was it the bank?
No, they hired him.
Yeah,
I think it's on the, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the actual name of it. It was a woman who came, and I'm sure it's on the appraisal packet that you have the report.
All right, well, I think that's good. Like, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think the little statement is...
Definitely, that's always helpful to have.
Yeah, so, I want to try to make it clear with numbers. I went over it with the real estate lawyer just to make sure it was clear and concise.
And then just for the record, so you were asking for $350.
Correct. $345.
$345.
Was the appraisal value when they did my house, so when we did the remortgage, the refi.
Let me make sure I have that.
Yeah, I brought a copy. If you don't have it, I will give you.
Usually they give us a form of, so I have the ask amount is $350.
Where do you see that?
This is what the assessor gave me. But the town value.
Well, no, I have.
The town value is $428.
Correct. That's this thing, right?
And then you're asking it for it to go down to 350. Yeah?
I guess 350. I mean,
that's what we have.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I said 345 because that's what they appraised it at in the appraisal.
Okay.
But if they raised it a little bit because of pricing, that's.
I mean, I can change it to 345.
Well, that's what it was appraised at. So that's yeah. So that's what I'm looking for.
I'm just going to change that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to lose out on anything because it's not the difference between that and that. But yeah, I have that other bill, the thing you were talking about, right? The cut of the.
All right, I'm just going to cross it down, put 350, 345 on it.
Yeah, I don't know where you see the 350 because I see, like, I have this.
Here's what I got. What the town gave me.
Oh, see, I've never seen that. That's the amount. Okay. Because I filled it out like this. You can have another copy of that if you like.
Do you have a copy of that? Or?
Yeah, no, you can take that one.
Okay.
I filled it out again. That's what originally we filled, unless I made a mistake when I filled it out the first time when we dropped it off.
No, this is good. I'm just going to note that.
Okay. Do you need any of the other things? I have copies of everything else. But
no, we have this. We have the.
You have the card, whatever they call this card thing.
Yeah, the field card.
The field card. Very good, field card. Oh, and you need this.
Very technical.
Yes. I am like so not like a lawyer-y type person. It's like it's so weird.
Well, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a real estate person. I'm not an appraiser.
So how do you ran for something, didn't you?
So yes, I moved back. I was out in Seattle for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And I came back, wanted to get involved. They're like, well, you can run for this for a professional field. You want to get involved because that was like the only thing left. So
right.
yeah, I'll do it. This is what I ran for.
Ooh. Well, you're friends with Brian Farnham.
Yeah,
you're friends with Cupchick.
Yeah, Cupchick, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. You're doing something you like, and you like your.
Keeps me out of trouble.
You like where you're working?
Yeah, I do. I was at IBM for almost 2 years.
Not so good.
So corporate.
And this place is so much nicer?
Yeah, it's like more chill, and I'm actually technically based in their San Francisco office, so it's just more chill. You know, working here, but like, it's better for me. Yeah.
Well, we're still looking for people.
Yeah, at 8, should I come back?
Well, here, listen to the job.
What is
the
it?
EP, executive producer of digital. Because we had this guy, and he had to leave to go to Pennsylvania where his family lives, and we've been looking for someone ever since. And
I love TV.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And
Nancy Lynch still works there, right?
Nancy Lynch.
She's there.
Yeah, Nancy's there.
Oh my God.
She lives like a couple blocks from me. But the difference is ridiculous, because her block is like, woo.
Yeah, she lives in a pretty chic area, right?
Yeah.
She posted a picture of him.
Well, she just added like a $200,000 garage apartment.
Like your husband must have.
He's living there, like they're divorced.
Oh.
But he's living in the garage or something. Well, it's not, I wouldn't call it a garage. To me, it's like almost my house.
Yeah, right. So my new boss, he's best friends with Evan. Remember Evan?
Yes. Chevalier,
yeah. Right. They grew up together in Spokane, Washington.
Is he still living in New York City?
He's still over in the station.
Wow, good for him.
He did pretty well. He had a nice way about him.
Oh, for sure.
He wasn't meant for local news.
No.
You ever hear from John Bell?
No. But
I know he's at Fox.
Didn't you? Yeah, I know he's at Fox too. Didn't you think he was always like old school, like loud and kind of?
Yeah, he's weird.
He wouldn't survive in the atmosphere we have now, because since Nexstar.
Not in the VC movement.
No. And the Nexstar, since they took us over, they have like a no swearing policy. They've got like all kinds of rules and regulations.
Well, how did that? I don't know how anyone was.
Well, what happened is they own like 190 stations or something like that. And I guess there was one point where somebody let a live shot, somebody swear on the air, and the FCC is like investigating like several things. So they have one thing is you can't swear in the newsroom because, if you do, somebody can report you. And the other thing is we have to catch swears or, images of negative, people put up their middle finger, they put up a sign that says something nasty. And if we're directing and we're doing something live like that, we got to get it right off the air immediately.
Wow.
Which is weird because they don't have a delay box.
Is there a delay box?
I don't know why they don't do delay, but they don't have a delay box, so it's very strange.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I don't know if I would survive then. I like this.
Well, the other thing, too, is we're doing so much more news. I mean, we do 4 or 5 We do the 9, we do noon.
What do you do, 9 a.m. now?
9 a.m., noon, 5 p.m., 6, we do an 8, 9, 10, 11.
8?
Well, on CTX, our other station, we do 8, 9, and 10. So Rich Capola is with Simone. Was Simone there when you were there?
No, she just came last round.
Yeah, she's there. Yeah, we hired a lot of people who are very experienced in the field. Joe Fury. Did you know Joe Fury?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we got Joe Fury. And then the interesting thing is a lot of these people have family members working at the other stations.
Yeah, because Joe's wife worked at 3.
She's at 3, yeah. And Dennis House.
Oh, Kira.
His wife's still at 3, I think.
Kira,
Yeah. See, you can't argue.
I can't. I like it. I just need a sugar daddy to pay for my life.
Don't we all? I can do that.
We do, right?
I got my daughter's at college. My daughter's going to be 24.
Yeah.
She's an animator. She works for a studio in New York.
Oh, cool.
But she's at home. My oldest son is at grad school at BU. He's a music composer. And my youngest is at Ludlow right now. He's going to go to college next year.
Oh, wow.
So he's got an application to Mass Art and Pear, and Pear is moving to UB.
Oh, that's right.
Because they were in Hamden.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't have enough space, so they're moving over there. So I'm hoping he's going to he got into Pear already, but he also wants to get into Mass Art. So.
Yeah, your kids are very creative, aren't you?
Yeah, I didn't get a lawyer or a doctor.
I know. Scientists. You never know.
You know what? As long as they're happy and they can make money.
Yeah, it sounds like they've got great professions.
They do. My daughter, I can't believe how she got into animation so quickly.
I mean, you did very well. I mean, you did a great job.
I did, but I started in film and theater.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of in the corner of what I, went to school for, but I'm enjoying it. I'm to the point now where I just got to stay there for the long haul. There's no...
You survived, though.
I did survive.
Don't survive.
I did survive, and, yeah. I remember people telling me, "Oh, when are you going to go to New York? When are you going to do this?" And I was like, I can't move.
Well, when you have a family and a mortgage, you can't just go. You can't pick up.
Not only that,
New York, but
not only that, but I was doing the Fox News channel, so I didn't feel like I was missing out.
Yeah.
And I kept getting moved up, which is unusual for Channel 8. People in my department don't usually move up. Remember Benny and Leroy and Tom Scrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all studio people. They've been doing the same thing for 30 years, over 30 years. Some of them working weekends for over 30 years.
Is that guy, Derek and Mark, still there?
Lashbrook, yeah. He got married to Christy Connors. Do you remember Christy? She was the producer there.
They were married.
No, they weren't married when they met there. They got married when he was there.
Yeah, didn't she move somewhere?
They were going to move.
Yeah.
Somewhere to Colorado, and then Mark didn't want to leave, so they never moved. She got out of the business, though. She works for somebody. I don't know who she works for, Kohl's or something. I don't know what it is. They have 2 kids, 2 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, they got 2 girls. And
or Tracy Doherty.
Crazy Tracy. Tracy's in Turkey.
She's still in Turkey?
She's still in Turkey. She's singing. She's teaching English.
She
posts every once in a while. She posts things like that,
Yeah, that's cool. She totally changed her life.
She totally changed her life.
Good for her.
She needed to, because she was
She was miserable.
Out of control. Yeah, miserable.
She was miserable. She would come in with sleep.
Yeah.
Remember what she did.
I'm sure. But but it's strange how a lot of people in production are still there. And, people who came back, Darren Kramer left, came back. Jocelyn left, came back, but then she left again. Keith Kuntz left, came back. I mean, it's crazy. Ann Ivory's been there the whole time. She's not leaving her until she retires.
Who's that the death? Ken Margalto?
Ken Margalto, yes. He'll be there forever until he...
That's his job. That's his calling.
Do you remember Rosenblum? Was he there when you were there?
I know the name.
He was like a goofy. He was at the desk.
Rosenblum.
Yeah, I can't remember his first name, but he worked at one of the other stations, like 30 or 3 or something. I think 30 maybe.
Remember Corey?
Yes.
I worked with him at Fox for a while.
Yes, Corey.
Well, John Bell, I guess he's still up there.
I think he is, but that's Liz Gray.
Yeah, and
is he the assistant?
No. I think he's managing editor.
Oh, he's managing editor.
He doesn't have the temperament to be in management.
No. Well, they got rid of him because he was so sour.
He's got no people skills.
No, none.
He hired me, and I'll take that.
Well, people keep remembering him as throwing things.
So that's not some good memory of a man.
He was just like kind of like nasty. Like,
yeah, he was.
It was like in the summer, be like, oh, this is a good day for drowning. It's like, why the fuck would you say that? It's like, it's fucked up.
Well, remember John Hitchcock?
Yeah.
So John's up at 61, right? Yeah. But he left us to go to Philadelphia and manage like a really high-end, station. But I don't know why.
Why did John roll?
John rolled left to work at Subway and then left Subway after whatever amount of time. And he seems like he's only doing his own little production work.
Okay.
Jamie Hawati, he was probably there when you were there, who was running production.
Okay, I don't remember the name.
He's working at Yale. I'm trying to remember people who you remember who are still there.
Tavia.
Tavia is there again.
I saw that.
Tavia left, came back again. And he was, well, actually he got fired. I don't know.
Where?
He got fired from
NBC 30?
30? Yeah, he was at 30.
How did they fire him?
I don't think he was doing a good job. He was an EP.
He was a very competent guy.
He was a competent producer.
No, it wasn't.
I think his EP work was problematic. And when he came back, he didn't want to do any of that. He ended up working in promotion. So he was doing promotion.
Is that what, like, Chris Lardy's wife did?
Yes, he worked over promotion. I was sad when he left, actually, but he seems so happy. He's back in his alma mater teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on some Facebook buds with everybody.
That's true. You
I keep in touch.
You can follow people's lives.
I follow people vicariously. And here I am at board with Upton Appeals on the...
Hey, listen, if you enjoy doing it or getting involved, that's an awesome thing.
How many work tonight? I think 8, 10.
Oh, my God. And what time are you going to be in work tomorrow? Are you working from home?
Yeah, I'm working. I can be on now.
Oh,
no,
good for you. I feel bad. I mean, I've never got to be at home because I can't do my job from home.
Right.
So my whole staff had to come in, and it was crazy. I mean, I can't even believe I've lasted a whole year. I remember we were about to do the third St. Patrick's Day parade when they canceled it.
Yeah.
And that's...
So we really thought, for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that began the whole thing.
Yep.
When they canceled it. And we were kind of crazy because we were going to put out a lot of cash. We got a big truck and all that. And we're doing, actually tomorrow, we're taping our St. Patrick's, celebration, we call it. It's not a parade or anything. We just show old parade footage and we interview new people.
How's Chuck doing?
Chuck Carter?
Yeah.
How do you know Chuck Carter? Oh, from 61?
Yeah, we were talking.
I love Chuck Carter.
I love Chuck.
He's great. And I spend a lot of time with him because him and I do a lot of
Tell him the guy.
I will. And I will say Alexis. Don't worry.
No, he called me Lexi.
Did he call you Lexi?
We had a good bond. I love Chuck so much.
He is a great guy. He's a lot of fun. Did you know Nicole? You probably didn't know Nicole.
Yeah, I know Nicole.
You did know Nicole? Ah, you did know Nicole.
Oh, yeah. I was the assignment desk editor when she was producing the 10 o'clock.
Yeah. She's now the assistant.
I know.
Yeah.
Nicole's Nicole.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't say that I didn't dislike her.
What'd you think of Rich?
Nicola?
No, Graziano.
I didn't know him that well.
But he was there, right?
He was there, but I didn't
before
know
he went to Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everyone seems to like him. Like, he always seems to be doing good work. I mean, look at the Hartford Current now and all that crap.
Oh, I know.
Like, when I was there, that was actually a really cool time because we shared the newsroom with the Current.
Yep.
Like, that was, cool stuff. That was, you were with all these, high-end reporters doing cool investigative articles.
Well, for a little while, we put a camera in the Current, and we actually did interviews with them.
Right.
And then that just faded out. It was a great idea. I mean, those guys aren't really good TV
They're
material,
not TV people.
but their content, their information was interesting,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like Chris Keating and Rick Green, they're not TV people.
There was another guy, he left, he lives in Greenwich, I think.
Oh, Noah?
No, not Noah. And he's now working at the New York Times.
Oh, Neil Victor.
Yes. Yeah. He's always posting
pictures
all the time. Like the guy seems to never sleep.
I know, you're taking pictures of the ocean, at 2 o'clock in the world. What are you doing?
Yeah, and he's always in, weird positions, how did he even get there?
And they're always, perfect.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah. No, I like him, too. We used to have him in the station. He knew Dutchick very well. And
Dutchick's a character.
I loved John McKinney. He comes in a lot.
Oh, John's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And I liked Roy Okio Grosso.
Yeah.
And Jen Schneider.
I don't know.
They were there. They were the original group.
Okay.
And they haven't been there since COVID, basically.
Well, I remember Doug Chick when he was doing out in Hartford.
Yeah.
And I actually, yeah.
I gave him a much better looking show though, because I watched the show he did before.
It was not good.
No, and I gave him like a much nicer looking show. And Dennis House, I gave him this nice news this week. Very fast paced, interesting show.
I gotta watch it.
You should watch it, yeah.
I'm kind of like a cord cutter.
What does that mean?
Like I don't really have. I kind of have cable, but I don't.
Oh.
I didn't get rid of it.
Well, you can watch on WTNH or the app or anything.
So I still pay for Optimum, so.
Oh.
All right. I will check it out.
Yeah, it's on TNH.
I actually miss local news. Like I'm a big news ball person.
Ah. Well, see, so it's on Sunday, 10 o'clock, that show for half an hour, and then Dutch Chick shows right after.
So what's the difference?
Oh, huge difference.
So
Dutch Chick's more
conversational.
Dutch Chick's more like comedy and political comedy, and he's like the referee, and he brings in people and they talk about a subject matter, and he just kind of referees it. So
Just
you got your Republicans and you got your Democrats.
House is more straight, like.
House is more like interviews with people who are less political. We're trying to get him away from that. We're trying to he's interviewing business people, CEOs, politicians, regular people on the street, and like we're trying to do thematically. So like, unfortunately, it's been about COVID and vaccinations, and now this week we're doing it about businesses and opening businesses again, and we're talking to CEOs and we're talking to,
Do you have his ear at all?
Oh yeah, oh.
You guys should do like zoning. That is a freaking hot topic in Hartford right now.
In Hartford?
They're going to rework all the zoning.
Yeah, send me any information. I actually said to you if you had any ideas.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm going to send them to you.
Yeah, please.
I've been on Lisa Wexler, and I'm very big on this topic. I've written a number of op-eds for the current. I have like a Facebook page, fucking thing, on local zoning, because the proposals on the table, whether you agree with them or not, like they want to rework all the zoning laws. So basically, Hartford is going to be in charge of local zoning.
Oh wow.
So it's going to be a major upheaval.
Wow.
Bigger in Connecticut.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll send you all my info.
Send me everything.
So I'm actually commissioning a videographer to make a short video.
Oh wow.
And that's going live on Monday. Thank you.
Tell me anything, because every week we start on Monday talking about content and we work our way through it.
I'll send you some info.
Yeah.
It might be overkill, but
no, not at all.
I'm just like a grassroots person who wants to, I'm not a lobbyist too. No. This is my day, like that's my life.
Send me anything, because like I said, we've been trying to do an episode about opioids, because they seem to drop by the wayside, but they're not. The opioid crisis is rising. But people are so into the COVID situation, no one's paying attention to the opioid situation.
Well, a lot of things are going to take the back seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why people aren't paying attention to the zoning thing either, because the zoning affects everybody. I mean, you're worried about your house now. Like, if a multi-family house is going next door to you, that's going to hurt you.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
Well, I already have around the block. They're building or not building.
I'm talking like 4 or 5 stories. I mean...
Yeah. Well, that's that thing around the block from me on Black Rock Turnpike.
The yellow house?
There was a house there. They tore it down, and they're supposed to be building like apartment. I don't know, their apartment complex, but they haven't made any movement on it at all. There's just a tractor sitting there that's been sitting there forever.
I want to check it out.
It's where Nissan Miller is. You know what I'm talking about? When you walk through. Right there in the corner.
Oh, Castle Ave?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was just approved.
So they will start.
They will start.
I can't wait to hear the sound from that one.
It's a hot issue. And again, because the legislator's not in person, it's just a lot different.
Yeah.
And again, people are worried about homeschooling their kids, going back to school. They're not worried about that stuff.
Well, I don't have to deal with that because my wife is a teacher. So she teaches in Stratford at Worcester Middle School. So she's been home. Now she's mostly in school, and she's home for only a day. And my son's now back. Ludlow's back full time.
Yeah. My dad's a costume director.
Oh, really? That's
tall
cool.
Guy, curly hair, gray.
Nice.
Oh, shit, I'm late.
Oh, sorry.
I have 6:30 appointment?
Oh, sorry.
No, we should grab a beer.
Yes, absolutely.
We should definitely grab a beer, and catch up and talk shop.
Absolutely.
I like talking to you.
Please send me that.
Remember that hot sauce at the end?
Oh, yeah.
I need to get pizza after that.
I love that. I dropped my... Thank you so much.
you? Okay. Start your file.
Okey-dokey.
A little warm in here, I apologize.
That's okay.
Can't change that. Okay. So I know that you know your name and all that, but we just, for the being recorded for the public, so just state your name, please, and the address.
Deborah Tooley, 80 Bear Street, Fairfield.
Sam Fisher, 80 Barrow Street, Fairfield.
Yeah, who owns the home?
I do.
Okay. And are you're not owner?
No,
Are you an agent of the house?
No, I live with it.
Okay. But the note is in your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And instead of signing an affidavit for representation, we just came together.
Okay, that works. Then I'm just going to have you raise your hand so I take back so we have to swear you in. So do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment field now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
Yes, we do.
Very good. Are there any documents that you want to share this evening outside?
You have everything that should
Okay.
be necessary.
So what I have here is just like a field card of the house.
Yep.
Okay.
You have an appraisal, multiple appraisal list, approximate values,
Okay.
right?
I have that list here.
Okay. I think I had 12, 13 different online appraisals done, throughout the high, throughout the low, and come up with an average. This property, for some reason,
I just want to be clear, and this is just for the record, because he's not an owner, we usually don't have them being able to present, so
I do it every year.
I understand, but this is me, this is,
Okay.
I'm just following the rules.
No problem.
So okay, continue.
We do this every assessment. The last one was so out of whack, we had to go to court on it, and the judge said to me and the attorney representing the town, go out in the hall and make a deal, and I'll make it myself. For some reason, this particular property, every assessment is overassessed. I don't know why. We haven't been able to figure it out. The family's been here 100 years, and it just that particular property, it continues to go on and on. The appraisal of the property itself is really strong, and the only thing I can believe by having such a large appraisal on the property is that being in a B residential zone, you would expect us to knock the house down and build 2-3 duplexes on it. But that's not what it is. Right now it's a house on a lot. And it's probably appraised at, I don't know, $45,000, $50,000 too much.
So yeah, the town says 426.
Yeah, what did I come up with, 385?
380, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's normal. That's what the capes of equal size and the ranches, the ranch on the next block, totally remodeled, just sold last month, I think, for $3 1/4, and it's got more square footage than my house. It's not the biggest house in the world.
Yeah. Is there one comp on this list that you think is really close to your house?
Any of the capes are everything on that list is, I think, 1,400 feet or less. 1,400 square feet or less, which is what our house is, 12 1/4, I think.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so, I mean,
it's hard to find houses that small unless you get tiny ranches, you know?
Mm-hmm. We haven't done any improvements.
No improvements?
There's nothing special. The house has steam heat in it. It was built in 1950-something, I think, and it's got all the plumbing that it had then.
Well, it doesn't seem unreasonable. So what have they done in the past? Have they always,
I'm sorry?
have they agreed with your assessment and
Every year.
every year?
Yeah, I've challenged the last 4 reevaluations,
Okay.
and all of them were not in favor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a corner lot or what is it?
No,
No.
middle of the...
Middle of the street, okay.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
What are the houses like on the street? Are they similar?
There's a gate next door, there's a small ranch next to that, there's a couple of more capes, there's a raised ranch down at the corner. There's one new house, and they built a monster, and it sits in the, they squeezed it in. There's one of those, but everything else is old on that street, yeah.
Okay.
It's an old neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. Did you grow up there?
Yeah. I was born there.
Oh, okay. Anything else you want to say, or you feel?
I don't know. I don't really feel like going back to court. I wish we could make it a amenable situation out of this again, you know.
Definitely, that's why we're here. Hopefully we can.
I have an unending legal supply of morons who do it for free, so I have no qualms about suing everybody in life.
Okay.
That's crazy. But no, we would just like to come to a reasonable solution on this. This is...
I can understand if we remodeled or built a beautiful barbecue in the back and all that kind of thing, but the way it's been for the last 50 years is just exactly the way it is.
Okay.
There's no reason for that house to be appraised at 4.25 unless you find a complete raving lunatic who wants to buy it, you know.
Yeah.
And to raise the assessment over $100,000 from the last one,
That's a lot of money.
it doesn't compute for a little cape on that lot.
And I think that's what it was, 100,000 more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Okay. So I think we've made some good points here. So you know the next step in the process, we will deliberate as a group of, we're 9 this year because we have so many, we have more people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you'll hear back from the town within a week.
Whatever you do is just fine.
Okay.
I've got 2 months after that to make noise if we don't like it, that's all.
Well, so it doesn't come to that.
No, of course, nobody wants that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, then, so, sorry. Is there a pen there? I think, yeah, there's a pen right there. If you don't mind just signing that sheet and just adding the appeal number, please, which is 654. Okay, great. No, appeal number 41, I don't know why.
What's that?
It is appeal number 41. And again, I'm so sorry I kept you waiting.
That's okay.
I ran into an old colleague, and he started yapping away. And then I lost track. I know, I'm sorry.
Everybody loses time
But
sometimes.
I know, so I'm more respectful, so sorry.
Okay.
All right, so
What's today?
310?
the 10th, all right.
Okay.
Grab that for you.
Okay. March?
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
You're
And, that's all.
You're all set.
That is it? Yeah. All right, good luck. Thank you for having me on.
I'm not selling my house, so.
No, we don't want you to leave Fairfield. You gotta stay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Good. You can't. We gotta keep, I'm from here too. We gotta keep the natives around.
Hope so.
Exactly.
Thanks again.
Do well. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Take care. Hey, one thought. I own a house on another street. It's a cape, same as this. The assessment went up $5,000.
What, wait, do you want to give me an address?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just a cape that's mine, and the
Okay.
assessment went up $5,000.
Got it.
You know, and this one went up $100.
Yeah, this is an unusual year.
Life is unusual.
All right, thank you. Bye.